Hello everyone and welcome back. We have moved Jacob to 25 kilometers and this marks a special place in the Norseman experience. What do we encounter here?
This is the second stage, can we say, of the run. We are at the bottom of Zombie Hill.
And Zombie Hill is of course the steep uphill with a lot of serpentine turns up from Rjukan city until the mountain. And from here it will be steep, it will be uphills, and it won't stop until you're in the finish area. And when we left T2 we spoke a lot about the fight for the black t-shirt, and during the car trip now we have seen a lot of athletes, some a little bit quicker than others, but we have seen that people are starting to position themselves to be able to finish on the top. And since last live stream, Christian Grue has also crossed the finish line as the first athlete in a smashing time, and this was no one was even close to him this year.
No one was even close, and unfortunately Hans Christian Tungesvik also had to stop 14 Ks before finish line due to an injury. So that race was an easy match for him this year.
Yeah, and we saw content here on social media from Hans Christian Tungesvik as well. As he tried to get into the shower and he was on all fours, stabbering around on the ground. So he was finished. There was no chance for him to cross the finish line.
But anyway, the Christian Grue really delivered today. I mean, that was a really strong race.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to see live images, you can see that after this live stream, going directly from the top. No sound, but you can see the athletes crossing the finish line, and there will be out movies on social media, Instagram, as fast as people cross it. And there are also a lot of expectations of the time from Julia, which is leading with a massive lead. She is really high up on the total result lists. But here in the start of Zombie Hill we also have met some special people. We have a local athlete here, Gustav Olson.
Yes, and he is I think the youngest participant this year. He is 21 years old and he is from Rjukan, and he has a big fan crowd cheering for him. So I think we should go and have a little talk and see what they're up to.
Yeah, let's do that. Hello guys! In the middle of the dinner. We have just told the audience here at the live stream from Norseman that you are supporting Gustav Olson, and wow, t-shirts, banners, wow. Have you been supporting him all day?
Yes, we have from the start, or from when he came to the T2 camping. Yeah.
Wow, has he been doing triathlon for a long time?
No, he's just been training for a year.
Just for a year. And is Norseman an important event for people here in Tinn?
Yeah, Gustav is from Tinn, so he's really excited about doing this in his hometown.
But how is it going with Gustav at the moment?
He's smiling when we're driving past him with music, so I think it's going good. I think he's coming here in 5 minutes. So
wow, it will be interesting to see. Yeah, but it's always, you know, it's easy to smile when people are out there and cheering for you. What's happening behind the scenes when he's alone, that's the interesting part. What is his goal today?
His goal is to finish and make it to the top, so black t-shirt. And I think that's his only goal.
Yeah, and do you know which position approximately is he now?
He's 85, I think. Yeah.
So we can have a comfortable ride in now.
Yeah, I think
if it's possible to have a comfortable ride from now.
I don't think so up this hill, but we'll see.
Is anybody of you going to run with him?
Maybe for a short bit here.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's...
Have you been cheering on the Norsemen before?
No.
The first time? Yeah. What do you think about the athletes passing here?
I think
They're
they're
looking strong.
doing very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and staying positive. Most of them.
Well, good spectators, good cheering always helps, of course. And that's the cool thing of entering Zombie Hill. The speed goes a little bit down, and the spectators have a lot more time to cheer the competitors on. So we're waiting for Gustav, and maybe we'll take a short trip
And come back again.
and come back again.
See you guys.
Really, really cool. And Tinn Austbygde and Eidfjord almost always have some local competitors who do Norseman, and these things are really, really important as well for the communities.
So let's talk a little bit more about what's changing here in Zombie Hill, because from here on the athletes are allowed to have one person following them. Pacing is not allowed, but they can have one support running beside or behind them from here on all the way to the top. So and that also makes a difference. It's more motivating, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. And you've been much alone on the run. The first 25 is really, really tough mentally. Yes, it's more flat, of course, than Zombie Hill, but at the same time you have to push and push and push. And one step is pretty much like the last one. You see quite a far away. The good thing here is, you change the way you use your muscles. It's much more like biking actually. So if you have lost, a little bit tension in your legs, if you aren't that springy anymore, coming to Zombie Hill for most will feel like a relief. Even though it's really steep uphill, most people start walking now. They use their muscles in a completely different way, and as you say, when you get the company, it gets so much more pleasant. You can start talking about other things than Norsemen. You can start talking about what you're going to do afterwards, and you also you go from turn to turn to turn to turn, and it's much more motivating to see just to the next turn instead of seeing so far ahead. So the goal now goes from being, quite abstract, I would say, to being much more concrete, and it's easier to find small targets to go against, I would say.
Yes, and from the start there are 5 hairpins before it stretches up to is it Svineroe? It's the first checkpoint. Hello Bjørn, nice to see you. Looking good.
Triathlon legend Bjørn Skålerud, a man who has done a lot of triathlons the past 20 years, and he is now supporting, and it's really cool to see the support teams here. A lot of old heroes who have a lot of experience and are good at helping new athletes achieve their goals.
And I think if you are in the Norseman community, you will stay there.
Yeah, for sure.
Somehow you are never finished with Norseman.
No.
You just stay here.
Yeah, for sure. And it's it's always possible to do things better, not only as an athlete but also as support. And as we spoke about in T2, many of the supporters today, they will be not as tired as the athlete, but still pretty close, because they give it their all. And we also have to remember that if you run from the bottom here all the way to the top of Mount Gaustad, now it's behind the fog so we can't see it, but if you run all the way, that is a pretty solid training session. A lot of elevation, extreme elevation to be more concrete, and the speed for most athletes is still a good exercise. So when they come to the finish line, both the support and the athletes will be really, really tired. And that's also the reason that they have to bring, their backpacks as well when they enter the mountain. We will see that later on, that they are checked if they have everything. And I guess with the weather now, it may be acquired also to bring on, a rain jacket before they enter the mountain. We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll check that a little later on. So wondering how our friend Gustav is doing. He should be here at any moment. I was thinking at this point in the race for the athletes passing us now, most likely they will walk, and I remember back when I ran in last time in 2014. I think it was so nice coming here. My goal was to run to this point, and then I could start walking. And I knew when I was here, I didn't have to run anymore. I tried a little bit when it flattens out, but it's not flat on top here either. But when I was supporting you, you ran actually the whole way. That was quite impressive.
Yeah, you know, and it's always a question if it's possible to run, and also if it's beneficial to try to run, because you know the differences in speed isn't always that big. But what I found is that when I ran up a hill here, I had a quite high frequency on my legs, and I found it easier not to cramp up. Because when I, you know, some earlier years started to, you know, walk, and there we have Ivo from this morning.
There's Ivo. We remember him from with his chair
accident. He was
accident this morning.
He was pulled out of his chair when his support pulled off his wetsuit, so he followed after. Out of his chair.
That was an amazing moment for me, I have to say. That was like the greatest thing happening at 6 o'clock this morning.
And such a cheerful guy, just all smiles all day. And we have seen Ivo many times. But back to the running. For some, I think that, you know, walking can be just as beneficial up here in some hills. And we're going to make some content up here as well, and see that if you have long strides, that can be just as effective as starting to run. But of course, the fastest athletes, they do run. And now we see a little bit more skin now than we have seen on the spectators the last entire race, actually. Male friends of Gustav Olson, local athlete here from Rjukan. Written Gustav.
Actually, Gusman instead of Norseman. That was quite good. But still, we can talk a little bit about more about racing here, because for sure when you're here, you're not finished.
No, for sure. And it may sound like a cliche, and we have said it already. A lot of people have like sayings and mottos that, you know, Norseman starts at Geilo, Norseman starts at Tinnausbygda, and we of course heard people saying that Norseman starts here at Zombie Hill. But I think it depends a little bit, because people prepare in different ways. If you train for normal conventional triathlons, which are pretty flat, the first 25 may actually be the best part. But if you're a Norwegian who are accustomed to, you know, go for mountain hikes, being out in the woods outside Oslo, maybe living in the western parts of Norway, it's much more natural for us to, you know, run steep uphills. A lot of the competitors coming from abroad may actually feel that this is the hardest part, and for me personally, it was always a relief to come here. And of course, at the top, at the cutoff for the white and black T-shirt at Stavsro, there you encounter another crux, so to say. You go from running on tarmac, because it's tarmac all the way here, from here up to the white finish cutoff at Stavsro. And from there it becomes not only a, you know, trail run, because that's too soft, I would say.
First is like a mountain path, and then it's only rocks.
Yeah, big rocks scrambled all over. So there's no vegetation, no soil, just big rocks. And sometimes up in the mountain at Mount Gaustad, it's actually kind of hard to see where the track is. It's marked by these red T's, which are painted into the rock, and small piles of rock who are, you know, gathered up on each other so we can see it. But if it's foggy, we have many examples of people walking outside the trail on the end of Norseman. I've done so myself, and luckily been able to navigate back with my GPS watch. But it's really hard sometimes to find the fastest way up to Mount Gaustad. even though the later years it has been improved a lot, especially in the middle section, with better trails, because there's a lot of tourists up there and they want to keep the tourists on the same path, not to walk all over and they kind of destroy the mountain.
Yeah, I had to do a little check here on my numbers. From here up to Stafsro, where the cutoff is for the black and white T-shirt, it's approximately 1,000 meters of elevation gain, and then it's another almost 700 meters more going to the summit. And the summit of Mount Gasta is 1,848 meters. So this is one of the highest mountains in the southern part of Norway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and one of the places that you can see the farthest, the biggest part of Norway as well. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but you can see a massive amount of Norway when you stand up at Gaustatoppen. Maybe not today. I don't think that you will see too much from the top today, but on clear weather days you can see all the way to Oslo. You can see massive parts of southern Norway. And we just heard as another athlete passed us here at the bottom of Zombie Hill at Norseman that the guys cheering the local athlete, the youngest competitor this year, Gustav Olson, actually played the trumpet, and I think it was the theme from Rocky we heard.
Yeah, I think so. I think you see now things are changing. Now they're happy to be here, and they reached a milestone in this race. Just coming here, starting Zombie Hill, and Zombie Hill is something special. I mean, I think most of the athletes here can feel it at the top. I remember you as well, but and you are, I mean, really in great shape. But still at the top here, you.
Yeah. The name didn't come by chance. It's a reason that it's called Zombie Hill, and as they normally say, the sights aren't that pretty at the end of it. And normally there's also a medical check, not to say everyone, but people asking you a couple of questions and seeing if you answer in the right way to see if you're fit to go on. And it's a massive climb. You just mentioned the numbers here, Jakob, and this isn't for everyone. And we have to keep in mind that people have been competing since 5 a.m. this morning. They have been out all day, and what they're doing now is just squeezing the last drops out of the lemon. And it starts to get painful. So even though it's a relief with the change of pace, the change of muscles, it will be extremely hard. And I think now, by the sound of it, that we can expect some known people here.
Let's walk over to the gang and check it out. So Gustav has now been out for 10 hours and 40 minutes at this moment. So now he's coming. Whoa, look, I'm getting the goosebumps now.
Yeah. A fantastic moment.
Heia Gustav! Heia Gustav! Heia Gustav! Kom igjen nå! Hei!
Fantastic. Let's see if we can catch up with it here with our camera guy, if that's possible. And we'll try to catch up with Gustav. We have to hear about the Swedish flag. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
A local.
Well, his name is Olson. He's kind of Swedish last name.
Yeah, we have to hear with him. But this is the thing can be a little bit dangerous when you get so much cheering. You get so much adrenaline when people are screaming and you feel so great. So I remember many times, the pace goes up a little bit when you get cheered on. But let's hear with Gustav himself. Hi, Gustav.
Yeah.
How is it going?
It's good. I had some stomach issues earlier, but it's great now.
Yeah, so you can eat again?
Yeah, trying some Red Bull now for some beer. So
But being a local guy from Rjukan,
yeah,
how have you been training a lot in Sombehill?
I have some runs up here. I'm not local legend yet, but one day I might be.
But how has the experience been? You're the youngest athlete this year, correct?
Yeah, correct.
How has it been for you?
Good, I think.
Harder than you thought it would be?
No, as expected, maybe.
Yeah.
I cycled through the course the same day as the crew race, and it was horrible. So way better conditions today.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Do you think, is it a welcome change of pace to get into Sombehill and stop the flat running?
What?
Do you think it's better to get into Sombehill after running flat for 25k, or would you rather stay on the flats?
My knees aren't too good, so I prefer the hill, I think.
Yeah.
When I can like walk faster rather than run.
Yeah, and you are very, very comfortable within the cutoff for the the black T-shirt.
Yeah.
Is that the main goal today, or do you have like a time goal as well?
I had like a time goal of 13 hours, but I think I'm just a bit behind that right now.
Yeah, but
Had a bet with my buddy, but main goal was like the black T-shirt.
the good thing now is you can start, fantasizing what you're going to do after the race, because it goes from being abstract to being more concrete now, right?
Yeah. First of all, I will eat a waffle on the top, I think.
Yeah.
And,
Good waffles.
Yeah, great waffles, and maybe have a beer or two tonight.
Well earned. Are you going to do it again, you think?
I hope so. Maybe not next year, but yeah, I want to continue with triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And
First long distance race.
wow, it's a hard way to do it.
Yeah.
The first one. And the support, how has the day been for you?
Pretty chill. Just trying my best to support him the best way I can, and
Been able to keep his humors up?
yeah, I hope so. I don't know what you think, but me and my buddy feel so.
I'm very happy with the support.
Fantastic. And we spoke about it. It's quite a hard exercise for you guys, which are going to run from the top to from the bottom all the way to the top now. It's a lot of elevation.
Yeah.
So even though you haven't been out since 5 a.m. Swimming and biking, this is still a hard trip up to the Mount Gausta.
Yeah, definitely.
But guys, we're going to leave you to yourself. Thank you for taking the time, and best of luck to you. And stay safe. Fantastic. And as you see here, the pace on the athletes further up the hill here it's pretty much the same as Gustav. They are walking, and I think, as we spoke about earlier, Jakob, this is probably the best strategy for the athletes in this part of the race.
Yeah, for sure, and it's like we always say, it looks you can't see how steep it is up here, but it's actually quite steep. I would say maybe 9%, 8 to 9% elevation. So it's quite steep, and also we're now at 25 kilometers out in the run. So still there is 17, 18 k's left of the race. So and I don't know how many hours, but there are
It takes some time. It definitely
three
does.
hours from here at least.
But we have an athlete here keeping the running stride. Fantastic. From Australia. And this is going fast. Of course, this is if she can keep up this pace, she will be able to take very, very many positions up Sombehill. And wow, she was looking really fast. Be interesting to see if she can keep it up. But of course, things can happen, and as we spoke about when we left T2 and we saw the start of the struggle for the white T-shirt, a lot of athletes have a lot of energy left, and some are going to have a a long trip.
Yeah, and I guess we're gonna move up a little bit in the mountain now, and we will see in a while that things are going to change during the last couple of hours now for this race for these athletes. But what the plan is now is, because we drove along the run, and there probably will be a good fight for the 160th place. We talked a little bit about it, and for these athletes coming in now, it's very important with a black T-shirt. I think that's the main goal. So being number 161, you get the white T-shirt. So there's going to be a fight to be within the first 160 to get the black finisher T-shirt. So hopefully we will be able to shove some of that fight, maybe get to talk to some of those in that race for the black finisher T-shirt at the end. But that will still take some time. They're not here quite yet, but I think that's probably going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, it will be for sure, and it's always a little bit of drama in the fight for the cutoff, and there's still many athletes out there fighting not only for the white cutoff but also for the chance to go to the finish line at all. This is again normal people fighting for an extraordinary experience, and an experience that they will have the rest of their lives. Even it doesn't make any difference if it's a white T-shirt or black T-shirt. This is the biggest sport competition for most of these athletes for the rest of their lives. And again, if you want to follow your athlete, go into live tracking. You will find the link on the story on Instagram. And please see the other movies that we have made during this day. All the way from the start on the ferry up to this point, you will find links you will find a playlist called Live 2025 on our YouTube channel. And till next live streaming, thank you for watching.